Good morning, and hope you all have been well. In today's video, we are going to be continuing on with our Pokemon Xenoverse Let's Play, and this is part 34 of the Let's Play, just to let you guys know. So yeah. Well, this is a bro moment. Victor, there's no way out of it now. Stop this madness and bring Versal back, or you'll have to deal with the fury of my Pokemon. Oh, Aster, do you seriously think I'm that foolish? I am well aware that I would never have a chance against you, so I played it smart. So I think this is something that I brought up on one of the episodes. Maybe, I don't really remember if I did bring it up. I think I did, but again, I don't remember. But let me stop being repetitive. There really hasn't been any mention of a Pokemon League within Xenoverse from what I remember. So if there is one, and going off of the assumption that there probably is one, I would assume that Aster is probably a Elite Four member because of the Suicune, since most trainers don't really have a Suicune on their team. And now with Victor pretty much confirming, yeah, I can't beat you. So, yeah. I don't think he's like a champion by any means, but I may be wrong. I don't know, I may be wrong. I don't know, but I don't think he's the champion, but we'll see what happens. But anyways though, you should have been more careful before just rushing here, don't you think? Enough with your rambling. Victor, go Suicune. What? What's wrong with my Pokemon? I would say you took the bait like a Magikarp. This scepter of mine is not just a mere ornament, but an avant-garde device whose function is to cause interference with the opening mechanism of Pokeballs. What this means. So actually, that's actually kind of neat, because it kind of reminds me with Pokemon Rejuvenation at Black Steeple, I believe, with the sigils that are within the castle and all of that. It's kind of interesting that they kind of bring the same thing into this. Not saying that Xenoverse took their idea. No, it's definitely not anything like that, or I'm not saying anything like that, but you get what I mean. It's still kind of cool to kind of see that. Let me stop being dumb. Yes, indeed, my dear Aster, it means you won't be able to count on your loyal Pokemon for a while. As a man of science, you should know by now the mind always wins against brute force. I would say most of the time, yeah. Darn it, this isn't going well. Watch out, Alon, he ambushed us. We can't use our Pokemon against him. My trap's effects are limited to one single individual, so if I may. So, you know what would have been, really big brain from Victor? If he would have just kept quiet when Aster was like, yeah, we can't use our Pokemon, Alon, and secretly we can, but he just doesn't say anything and just takes us out here and now. That would have been so big brain, but I guess that's just not what's gonna happen. That would have been rather interesting to see. I'd rather take the most formidable opponent out of the game, Aster, and handle anyone else myself. I think I read that wrong, sorry. Maybe I didn't, but I don't really remember. I'm not foolish enough to broadcast that Alon is not going to feel the effects of it. If I hadn't assumed all this in advance, wouldn't you say? I will personally put an end to this succession of despicable failures Team Dimension has stained at the hands of this youngster. Let me tell you, Victor, this is a really bad play. You took precautionary, I think that's how you pronounce that, measures against me, and that was far-sighted of you, but you made the biggest mistake underestimating Alon. Everything is at stake in this battle, Alon. Prove him wrong, and let's bring your father back. You're not going to accomplish anything, scoundrels. These 4 metal walls will be your grave. For a moment. So let's see what he's got. 5 Pokemon, okay. I was kind of hoping for a full team of 6 like Trey, but that's okay. But that's kind of underwhelming. Oh. For a moment. Hopefully this time we'll land. There we go. So what's next? Tyranitar. I will swap into Shyleon. I think this should be fine. Well, that's pretty cool. I guess we'll see what its typing is. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe Bug, Rock, Bug, Dragon, maybe? I don't know why, it kind of looks like a bug type to me. Honestly, if that's the case, why can't I just, go into you and just kind of wall it? Oh. Okay. Kind of curious, is it still a rock type? I just want to know. It is still rock, okay. Then... Actually, why can't I just stay into my T-Tar? Or swap into it, not stay in Star. Sorry. And just rock slide here. Because this should still do quite a bit. Yeah, okay, so that's out. Malamar, Malamar could be a little bit scary. Let's go into Electaburst. And I like to go for a burn with Lava Plume. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll take it out here. I don't believe that crit mattered, unless we got a low roll, but we didn't, of course. Hypno will stay in. We'll just stay in. It's fine. And then we'll just go back into, what's T-Tar again? Yeah, it's still almost full. We should outspeed and take it out here. I don't think that's really gonna save it at all. Yeah, no. I have no clue what that is. Yeah, I haven't seen that guy. Kind of interesting though. We'll just crunch just to see what it is, maybe. So that's neutral. Maybe Earthquake? Rock Slide then. Oh, that did a lot more. I guess we'll run with it then. I should have planned the situation more carefully. Got anything to say, Victor? Versal's son has everything it takes to be the very best. I should have planned the situation more carefully. I'd have never thought that anyone other than Aster could foil my plans, but it seems I was fatally wrong. It's obvious now that I was the inept one for underestimating the menace rather than my soldiers. Your impudence was your doom, and now you're going to face the consequences. Victor, bring us to Versal now. After such a display of power, I can only comply without any resistance. Follow me, I'll lead you to him. A little more patience, please. We're almost there. This kind of feels like a trap, in a sense. Maybe? The deepest room in the spaceship. What better place to hold Versal? Your dear man is behind these doors, locked inside by a code only I possess. I held my side of the bargain, now do what you must. Don't even think about moving from there, Victor. Once we're done here, we'll make sure you're delivered to justice so that you can pay for your crimes. Alon, me and your mother had no clue about Versal's whereabouts. Then, like a thunder on a sunny day, your burning wish to find him made your blood boil, making you partake in a journey, an adventure during which you surrounded yourself with trustful companions facing harder challenges. And those challenges led you here, just one step before finally meeting with your father. You were successful where we adults failed, sorry. So I think it's fair for you. It's fair you're the first one to enter. God, I can't read. Sorry, I'm also thinking about a few things as well. It's like, there's no way, like, this is, like, gonna happen. It's way too good to be true. Like, I don't think this is, like, the end of it. I don't think so. I think he's got more things up his sleeve, at least. At least I hope so. Because they really hyped this up a little bit. So, yeah. I believe we will meet the father, but I believe he, again, still has some more things to pull, and it's not going to be as easy as what it seems right now. But I guess we'll find out. Go reunite with your old man after all this time. But at the same time, it's kind of like... I brought it up beforehand that I feel like our father worked with Victor, for example, and ever since he had a family, he decided to get away from Victor and live the family life. Victor finally found him, took him since maybe he was too powerful, too reliable, or maybe too much of a threat. Whatever the case may be, Victor went on ahead and took him anyways. But I don't know. I don't know the importance of him with Victor. It's not really said at all yet, and it's just speculation on my part, but let's just continue on. I held my side of the bargain, now do what you must. Go reunite with your old man after all this time. Hold up. I will heal the team real quick, just in case if we get trapped in some battle. I don't think they do anything like that, like what Reborn does and Rejuve. I don't think so, but you never know. And I think that's good enough. So... Okay, honestly, now I'm getting kind of like a different vibe. What if Versal is the true leader of Team Dimension? And Victor and him were like, I guess like co-partners. But then Versal maybe stepped down, or maybe Versal was like the true leader and Victor was like an apprentice or something like that. Versal stepped down, Victor got mad at Versal and brought him back to his senses on the goal and all of that. I don't know, just that photo of him smiling out, like just looking out and looking back at us with his hand on the glass. I don't know, that kind of like a weird vibe. And I don't know if this is like... I don't know. Let me just stop there. Welcome, guys. The sight here is breathtaking, don't you think? Master. Alon, you've grown so much. How's your mom? Hey, show some enthusiasm. Those sad mugs don't match such a joyful reunion. I mean, it's been years since the last time we met, right? You expect me to be in a whole different situation, right? I know what you're thinking. Yet, what you see in front of your eyes is nothing but the pure and simple truth. Yeah, okay. I don't know, the moment you like walked in, it just seems so obvious. So... I think it's something I brought up at like one of the earlier episodes, that a viewer was saying that I was like somewhat or close on like what I was guessing. Because I know I've said it before that I feel like Versal in some way is like important to Victor with all of this. Now of course I didn't say he's the true leader of Team Dimension. That's where I got it wrong. But I believe he was just too important for Victor to be like... I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. But the moment you walked in, it just kind of seemed too obvious at that point. Still kind of a wild twist though. But once you kind of connect everything, it does kind of make sense. Kinda. I guess we'll see what he says. I'm the commander of Team Dimension. Master. Versal. Do you have any idea what we've been through to get here? Your kid faced the world to find his lost dad and you. You think you can get away with this? Hold your horses, Aster. There's a reason behind everything, and you deserve an explanation more than anyone else. I understand your perspective, but I'm asking you to just listen to me. Everything I did was for your own sake, believe me. You staged your disappearance so that you could keep working on your sick plan undisturbed. Do you really think your words mean anything to us any longer? Who knows how many times you've lied to us? It's because of this that I'm opening my heart to you to tell you how things really are. I mean, I think it's worth listening. What I'm about to say will be the first of many sour truths, but since I chose to tell you the truth, I might as well do it for good. You see, the name you know me with Versal is nothing but a pseudonym, however you pronounce that word. Bruh. Silver from Johto? Oh. I mean, I guess you can kind of see it. mean, I guess with like, I guess they're trying to. I guess they're trying to like make like a connection, like kind of like Giovanni, um, with him being a leader. Then his son kind of took the same path. I mean, I get it. I don't know really how I feel about that though, to be honest. I kind of wish, honestly, he was like his own character, you know? I mean, I thought it was cool to go back to Kanto, for example, for that moment. And the 8th gym leader was Lieutenant Surge. I think that was kind of like a cool little, like, remembrance to Kanto, you know, within this game. I thought that was pretty cool. But I kind of wish Versa was his own character and not some other character, you know? I get it, I understand it, but that's just kind of a preference thing. To some people, they may like it, but to me, I kind of wish it wasn't actually Silver, you know? Because, like, if I'm not mistaken, Silver back then, I believe he pretty much, like, resented his father and stuff like that, so... I mean, of course, you know, in time, maybe you just follow, you know, in your father's footsteps. I get where they're trying to get at. I just kind of wish this wasn't actually Silver and it was its own character, but let me stop being repetitive. Unbelievable, even your name was a lie. I've always brought with me an enormous burden, my father's name Giovanni. As the leader of the most infamous criminal organization in Kanto and Johto, his name in the world of crime was immense. Many clans fervently, however you pronounce that, wished to be under his wing, so in brief amount of time, he managed to build an enormous empire of crime. I never wanted our names to be associated, so following a suggestion given to me by a friend in the Interpol, I think I read that wrong, sorry, I decided to change life in another region. I would have been devastated if my past were to be harmful for my family. So I moved to LD with my beloved partner, adopting with her the names Verzel and Clover. But then, well, let's just keep reading. So that no one could ever reach us. So Clover was on this from the beginning. So I'm just kind of like thinking, but let me keep reading before I say what I'm thinking. Her knowledge of the facts is limited to this, as for the rest she knows as much as you do, even less. But now let me get straight to the core of the matter. Everything was going smoothly, I married Clover, and was more than serious in trying to leave a good memory of me by working at the lab in Hard Wharf City. My father, on the other hand, broadened his horizon, and begun showing interest in interdimensional travels, looking for new lands to conquer. On one of these travels, one day proved to be his doom as he fell victim to a Pokemon leaving this world for good. Once this news reached me, I thought I would have felt relieved, yet it tortured me. What if that wretched creature that put an end to him were to harm my beloved ones as well? Giovanni managed to enter Xenoverse, right? Exactly, Aster. And the Pokemon who killed him was nothing less than Dragalisk, the lord of that world. I think I know where you're going with this, Versal. Team Dimension, your destructive plan, are you saying all of this was born out of fear? I couldn't bear to lose my family as well, so I started searching for a solution. Okay, I gotta stop this right here for a second. This isn't me trying to like pick on the game. I'm sure maybe there's like an explanation, but it's kind of like the same thing that I've not really the same thing, take that back, but pretty much this is something that I would say. Like, if your intentions are good, why be this evil organization, for example? Like literally, like Victor like blew up the train or whatever for almost no reason, probably injuring, maybe even killing civilians on the train, if there was anybody on it. There's the whole Team Dimension thing that's been causing a lot of just bad stuff throughout the region. Why not just go out and be like, yo, I'm Versal, not even give anybody the identity of who he truly is, but just be like, this guy, Dragolisk, whatever it's called, he's bad. What if he comes after us? I want to create a whole organization to stop it so none of us get harmed by it, ever. I would think and bet people would be behind such a thing, instead of going down the route of like just being more so an evil organization. Because sure, you can say it, he's got good intentions, but that doesn't excuse what Victor has done, what Team Dimension has done throughout the region, you know? Like, they've done some bad stuff to annoy people, harm people, I would assume, and stuff like that, you know? So it's like, that's where it's kind of like lost me in a sense, you know? I get it, but that's just kind of where I'm like, I don't know. It's fine though, let's just keep reading. Maybe there's more of an explanation, but that's just kind of what's going through my head right now. Finally, thanks to the ancient legends passed on by the Cardinals, I reached the Epiphany, the primeval creature, the starter Pokemon, the red and blue energies, the Xeno Gates, and finally the Xenoverse Eclipse. I decided that would have been the moment I'd have harnessed to enter the Xenoverse and destroy it, so that it could never hurt anyone anymore. In order to achieve that, though, I needed a pure-hearted person who could bear the burden imposed by both energies, which are vital for opening the Great Xeno Gate. You decided that Alon would have opened it for you, don't you? I would have rather left him out of this mess, but he is born under a good star. In simpler words, perfect for the task. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess, like, I kind of get it, but I don't know. My thing is, like, it's not bad by any means. Like, I really like this game. It's a really good family game. But that kind of, like, is where I get lost in it, you know, with what I said a little bit ago. But I get it. I decided that I'd entrust him with one of the 30 starter Pokemon and then disappear immediately after, so that his adventure would lead him to this point of my research, and so it was. Alon, I'm asking you to give me your Pokemon and the 2 cores for the sake of the plan. Once everything here's settled, I promise you will go back to live like a normal family. I I don't know. I mean, like, even Versal has to, like, know, like, this is so messed up on so many levels, you know, with the way he, like, went about it, you know, so it's not gonna be, like, an easy process for any of us to, like, believe him or, well, let me put it this way, I don't think he's lying by any means, I think he's dead serious about all of this, but it's such a messed up way to, like, go about it. And again, like, it goes back to, like, why not just be like, yo, my son, I need you to be pure hearted. I want you to go on this adventure, and one day you'll understand what's going on. And still, in a sense, you know, instead of being an evil organization, like, again, like, he can keep his whole secrecy a secret with him being the true leader. That's fine. But if you had Victor being like, we need, I don't know, volunteers, we need help, blah, 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 for this great evil, I don't see why people wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, sure, let's go help Team Dimension, instead of them doing it the more evil organization kind of way. Again, I know I'm being stupid repetitive, I'm sorry. I get it because like I said earlier, it's like Silver's kind of like following in like Giovanni's, foot in a sense, pretty much being similar to him, but maybe just not really realizing it in a sense, maybe. I feel like I'm being kind of confusing. Let me just stop being stupid. My dear child, if I put you in danger, the only thing I ask of you is your forgiveness. Everything I've done was for the greater good. And if I made you and your mother suffer, it's because I had no other choice. Ow. I guess he's back. Man, that energy again. Victor told me about something similar happening in the Quasar, however you pronounce that, Express. This must be the altar unleashing its power when you let yourself be possessed by the Xenoverse energy. I've never seen one with my own eyes. What an astounding power. See, again, like, one minute he's like, please forgive me, but now it's like the evil part of like Versal here, like, oh, this is cool, blah blah blah, and it's like, no, you should be like, I don't know, comforting your son, helping him, trying to ask for like, well, I mean, he already asked for forgiveness. I don't know, I don't know. Oh, you're approaching me? Very well, come forth. I want to see this to the end, so be aware I won't hold back. For a moment. And again, with some of the criticism that I've kind of like said beforehand, and by the way, I have another piece of criticism. Can we please have 6 Pokemon for boss battles, like Trey? I don't get this whole 5 Pokemon thing. At least give them 6, but let me stop there. It's just something that I do with like a lot of like fan-made games, and again, I like Xenoverse. I love the game. It's really well made. Don't get me wrong. It's just a few things that I would just kind of like question, maybe change some stuff here and there, just, again, constructive criticism. But overall, as I've always said, it's not serious. It's perfectly fine the way it is, I get it. But it's just me being just stupid, I guess, in a sense. Again, just giving constructive criticism overall. I do the same thing with like Rejuvenation. I know when we finish Reborn, I'll probably bring up a few things as well, potentially. We'll see how that goes, but I know I brought up some stuff with Rejuve before, but it's just something that I do. All I ask is, don't take it super seriously. I don't think anybody really does, but just in case. I love Xenoverse. It's a very well-made game. Again, just me giving an opinion overall. And again, my opinion doesn't really matter at all. Alrighty, so let's get focused here. Let's rock slide. At least we didn't get burned. We'll stay in. I didn't mean to do that. That's okay though. I guess if it's gonna keep wasting full restores, that's fine. Or maybe it's out now. So that's out. What's next? Yeah, we'll stay in. Oh, that's right, we're out of... That's fine, we can just stomping tantrum here. Oh, that's kinda neat. I don't think we've ever got the Mega Stone, right? Or did we? I don't really remember, to be honest. I don't think we did. But we should be fine. Now, I don't remember this guy. Oh, never mind. Now I do. I don't know why I didn't recognize the name. I guess we haven't really been getting lucky lately. I don't think we've gotten a burn in a while. I guess that's okay though. Didn't really matter in this case. We'll just T-bolt here. That was actually kind of a cool reference though to Johto, him having a Feraligatr. I did like that. That's cool. I knew that counting on you was the right choice all along. It seems this battle managed to quell his resentment. You know, Alon, right after the beginning of my plan, fate chose to make me meet someone I thought would be the perfect substitute for you. You and Trey were in some way destined to clash, and the one of you who came out victorious would have been the true chosen one. After this battle, I can finally say without the slightest hint of doubt that my first intuition was the right one. Child of mine, you were the expected one. I was about to say, and I don't think that's actually a thing. I kind of wonder if this ever had a route that Trey actually would have been the chosen one. I don't think they would do anything like that, but that would have been kind of neat to see as well. It's over. Your decade of schemes has come to an end. Give up, Versal. Wait, don't tell me that. You've always been a clever boy, Aster. None of this is quite over, in fact. This is where everything begins. Try shout. Shulong, I think is how you pronounce those. I might be wrong by pronouncing those, sorry. They have been there for the whole time. In order to reopen the Great Xeno Gate, 3 key ingredients are required. The starter Pokemon, the 2 energies, and finally someone who bore both of those energies. Alon, I had to find a way to force you to unleash your Pokemon's power. The reason behind our battle was this all along. And now, reveal yourself, Xenoverse. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow, the legends the Cardinals passed on for all this time weren't just simply fairy tales. The doors of Xenoverse have opened up right in front of my eyes. Forgive me, Alon, but this is a score I must settle on my own. If you try to hold me back, I'll have to act accordingly and force you to surrender. Versal, don't do it, it's too risky. What do you think you'll do once you're inside? For the planet to be demolished, I'll need to rid of its lord. Dragalisk shall fall by my hand. You don't know what you're going to face, Versal. That being is far beyond the possibilities of a human. That's why I made sure to have an ace up my sleeve, a full-fledged final weapon. Show yourself. Mewtwo for a moment. It's kind of an interesting design though, but I guess to be fair, I will say this as much, I think they've done like a really good connection with Silver and Giovanni and all of that. Again, I kind of wish it was their own character in a sense, but I think they've done it really well because like it makes sense with Mewtwo because Giovanni had Mewtwo, well, he made it into what, Armored Mewtwo if I'm not mistaken, so it makes sense for Silver to again kind of do something similar like his father, which also kind of has me thinking that Versal probably isn't gonna make it. That's gonna be my assumption. Again, I really don't know what's gonna happen, but something tells me, just like Giovanni, Versal isn't gonna make it out. That's just my opinion though, and what I'm gonna guess at. But anyways though, let's continue on. You see, I omitted one small detail in my story. Before his annihilation, Giovanni fought for his life against Dragolisk, but to no avail. One of his Pokemon though managed to survive and, with its last energies, returned to Earth. That Pokemon was this Mewtwo. It came back to the only thing left to him, you, Versal, the son of its trainer. Always the clever one, young Aster. That's exactly how things went by. However, Mewtwo was in critical condition, so we forced to make it undergo a further genetic mutation. What you're seeing is Mewtwo X. That does not look like a Mewtwo X, but we'll go with it. I get it though, because it's got the 4 arms that kind of looks like an X. I get what they're getting at, but again, the actual Mewtwo X doesn't look like that, but still, I really like the design. It's really neat. The final weapon, whose power rivals the one of gods. Alon is right, we're not letting you go that easily. Very well, it seems you're way too stubborn, child. Mewtwo, take care of this, then join me once you're done with these two impudent fools. Versal, no. Dang. Alon, I'm still under the effect of Victor's trap, so I'm useless more than anything. I'm going behind your father. None of us will be able to go through that portal as long as that Mewtwo stands guard. We've got no choice, Alon. If we want to stop Versal, we'll have to face that Pokemon. Okay, so thankfully we can stop here. And then next episode we'll fight the Mewtwo and then continue on, so yeah, but real quick. Okay, cool. My team's healed. But yeah, again, overall, I know like I've had some criticism towards everything, and again, to me it's not a bad thing with what they did with the story. I love Xenoverse. It's a really well made game. Just a few things that I kind of have like a bro moment with, but again, I understand where they're coming from, and either way, I really do like this game. It's a really well made game, so yeah. But anyways though, I guess we'll end off today's episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching, definitely do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.